watching out. For you, this is NewsWatch 12 at 5.
We're starting on the crime watch tonight. Two 17-year-olds were arrested this morning in connection with a shooting on October 27th in Medford. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Quidadamo.
And I'm Haley Gravitt. And this arrest has raised questions from local parents about minors possessing guns far too easily. NewsWatch 12's Samantha Cadera took a deeper look into some of the recent shootings here in Medford. Sammy also spoke to a mother of the son who was shot.
Yeah, Tim, Haley, I spoke to the mom yesterday and I could hear the emotion in her voice as she explained her worry that gun violence is rising here in Jackson County among minors. This prompted me to do some even more digging, and there have been several recent shootings involving minors here in Medford. Now let's walk through it. On December 1st, a shooting outside of Buffalo Wild Wings led to serious charges against an 18-year-old. And on December 3rd, there were two 17-year-olds that were arrested in connection to a double fatal shooting at the Charles Point Apartments. And finally, on January 2024, another shooting at Weldon's Laundromat led to the arrest of an 18-year-old. All these recent shootings involve minors who were unlawfully in possession of handguns. Now take a look at what this mother has to say.
But there's no need to just have a loaded gun sitting around with access to your children. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't even realize their guns are gone.
In Oregon, the law is clear. To legally possess a handgun, you must be 21 years old, but that's not stopping many minors from getting their hands on firearms. The Bureau of Justice states, although most available guns are not used in crime, by definition, stolen guns are available to criminals. The FBI's National Crime Information Center says stolen gun file contains over 2 million reports, and 60% are reports of stolen handguns.
Why did he have that gun?
I couldn't tell you. I personally own guns, and my guns stay in the safe. It's about 500 pounds, and I'm the only person that knows how to access it, and that's how it should be in every home.
Recent data from the FBI's National Crime Information Center also shows juvenile offenders appear to be more likely to possess guns than adults.
In the state, you have to be 18 to be able to possess a rifle and 21 to possess a handgun. And from what I understand, it was a handgun, it was not a rifle. So he, one, should not have had any kind of a gun in his access, and two, he's definitely not old enough to possess a handgun.
These unlawful gun possessions often end tragically. Tara Short's son was one of those victims, shot in the chest, just missing his heart and other vital organs. You can see the bullet lodged in his shoulder right here. And coming up at 6, we'll take another look into this story. Reporting live in studio, Samantha Cadera, NewsWatch 12.
Sam, thank you. Also on the Crime Watch tonight, the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife are putting up new signs in the Upper Rogue TMA after many were stolen. One of those signs is on your screen now. The signs and map boxes that were stolen had information about which roads are open to cars and which aren't. ODFW is hoping to have new signs up by tomorrow. In the meantime, hunters should visit their website for the necessary information.
In a NewsWatch 12 update tonight, a missing woman in Josephine County has been found. Megan Wells was reported missing on November 5th after last being seen at her place in Merlin on November 4th. The Josephine County Sheriff's Office says today that she has been found. And take a look at this photo compared to the size of a penny. Actually, we'll do that right now. Sorry about that. In a Health Watch story, take a look at this photo compared to the size of a penny. This is the amount of fentanyl that can cause a fatal overdose. Jackson County Public Health saying that 1.3 people die per week from opioid overdose.
Certainly a scary statistic to hear, and the department is issuing a public health alert for illicit opioid overdoses.
NewsWatch 12's Leave column tells us how opioids have changed over the years and how you can stay aware.
Opioid use continues to be an issue in Jackson County. Since 2018, the county's been on high alert for illicit overdoses, but its form has changed. 6 years ago, heroin was the drug to watch out for. Now it's fentanyl, and it's not limited to Southern Oregon.
We really saw an increase in overdoses, both fatal and non-fatal, and that's true for even the state of Oregon. Jackson County isn't unique in this situation.
Fentanyl can shapeshift, being cut into other drugs or even looking like them. Jackson County Public Health saying this can be dangerous if your inhibition is down.
Someone's going to a party and they're going to use coke. it's white, and fentanyl is white if it's in the powdered form. And so sometimes people don't necessarily know what they're using, and so that puts more people at risk.
Fentanyl or not, some universal overdose signs to look out for include not responding, not breathing, or turning blue. Coming up at 6, we'll learn more about naloxone, a rescue drug to reverse the impacts of opioid overdose. In Jackson County, Leaf Column, NewsWatch 12.
And authorities in Josephine County are working to help those struggling with addiction. The Grants Pass Sobering Center announcing today their first deflection program coordinator. Her name is Jordan Gerfin, and she is the fourth one from the right in this photo. The deflection program aims to offer a path to recovery for people arrested for possession of controlled substances. The program is a collaboration between several local law enforcement agencies and service providers.
Now let's check in with Stormwatch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, you've had a busy couple of weeks tracking some wet weather. It looks like things are clearing up, but I know you do have your eyes on something else later.
Yeah, this is a very temporary break that we're kind of seeing right now. We will be getting into more rounds of rain and eventually mountain snow, but we will continue to see some fairly quiet weather to wrap up this work week. Look at the clear skies across southern Oregon and northern California. Beautiful sunset back behind my banner there in Klamath Falls. Just stunning. Let's take a look at temperatures around the region. 62 in Medford, 50 in Klamath Falls. Now that the sun has set, temperatures are starting to drop. It's going to be another cold start to tomorrow. Some high clouds will drift in, but just still mostly sunny and dry conditions expected on our Friday. And high temperatures will be mild and above average, up to 65 in Medford, 60 in Klamath Falls tomorrow. We'll talk about when the wet weather returns to our region coming up in just a bit.
On Your Voice, Your Vote in California, Governor Gavin Newsom ordering a special session of the legislature today following President-elect Donald Trump's landslide victory over Kamala Harris. Newsom says this special session of the legislature will be on December 2nd, and it will be focusing on safeguards for California's laws and policies during Trump's second term. He said he wants the state's DOJ to defend itself against federal lawsuits that undermine California's law. For more information, visit our website, kdrv.com.
Grants Pass Mayor Sarah Bristol lost her bid for re-election and is now hosting an outreach event tomorrow with Councilor Valerie Lovelace. The two women will be at the Grants Pass Starbucks on Terry Lane from 10 to 11 a.m. Residents can stop by with their questions and concerns. Neither woman will be in office next year. Bristol lost the Grants Pass mayoral race to Clint Scherf, Bristol getting 44% of the votes to Scherf's 54%. This is a year after she won a recall effort. Valerie Lovelace represents Ward 2, and she did not run for re-election. Victoria Marshall won that race against Jay Meredith and will take Lovelace's place.
And new at 5, an employee at the University of Oregon now on leave after posting a video telling Trump supporters to jump off of a bridge. Leonard Serrato is the Ducks Greek Life Assistant Director. He posted the video on his public Instagram page after the election. He has since removed the video and made his page private, but the video is continuing to make its rounds.
I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. You can literally, if you voted for Donald Trump, if you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better paying job. Do better in life. Get education. Do something. Because you're stupid. And I hope you go jump bridge.
The university saying in a statement that they found the statements, quote, abhorrent and not in alignment with our values or mission, end quote. The University of Oregon is investigating the situation, saying they are providing support for concerned students and employees. Onto the fire watch. Crews are conducting prescribed burns on Hart Mountain over the next 2 weeks. The prescribed burns help remove excess fire fuels, which in turn helps wildfire resilience. Smoke may be visible in Plush and Adele. Crews asked the public to avoid the areas where prescribed burns are taking place. There will be smoke, signs, and crews working.
There is also Pile burning happening in the Klamath National Forest. Smoke will be visible for the Crater Meadows group site, Hidden Horse Campground, and Petersburg Station. Crews will also be burning 138 acres of piles by Blue Ridge Lookout. So if you're driving in that area and you see it's smoky, crews want you to slow down, turn on your headlights, and be careful of crews working near the street. And also in Klamath County, the 173rd Fighter Wing at Kingsley Field is changing hands. You're looking at pictures from the ceremony where Colonel Lee Boma gave the flag to Colonel Adam Godinsky before stepping into this position. Godinsky was the 173rd Maintenance Group Commander, where he led a 500-member team of Total Force Airmen. And NewsWatch 12's 34th annual Coats for Kids campaign is delivering coats to children needing them this season.
It's always incredible to see the community support for this campaign. This morning at Medford's Roosevelt Elementary School, a room full of children's coats intended to keep kids warm tonight is warming some spirits too. NewsWatch 12's Jerry Howard joins us live at Roosevelt, where he helped set up some coats for kids to get today. Jerry, what did you hear from their teacher?
Well, Tim and Haley, we certainly thank our viewers who are donors and the volunteers who support our annual coat drive, now in its 34th year. And a teacher here today shared with me her even deeper appreciation because Coats for Kids is an inclusive outreach effort.
I always think of Coats for Kids as sort of the great equalizer among students. They get to pick out a coat, they don't feel singled out doing it, and it's just a day of excitement, of joy, and really gratitude.
NewsWatch 12 shares Brianna Lyon's sense of gratitude. We thank our Coats for Kids partners and our viewers whose donations provide warm winter coats for children needing them.
Our students are a huge part of our community, and we need to support them if we want a better world.
I think that there is this spirit of like everybody's here and they're welcome and they belong. I think that there's a huge sense of belonging when we have something like this happen for every kid in our school.
Windermere Van Vliet Realty staff delivered about 300 coats to Roosevelt Elementary School, part of thousands in this year's Coats for Kids campaign.
You know, Roosevelt is a really special place in the community. We're an all-walking school, so everybody, for the most part, lives relatively close, and they're walking here in the extreme temperatures of the morning, and then walking home in the afternoons.
Well, thanks to your support, we've been able to distribute 150,000 coats, warm winter coats for children needing them since 1990. And we thank you, and we're keeping pace this year. Coming up in NewsWatch 12 at 6, we'll take another look at the coats today at Roosevelt, where I'm reporting live in Medford. Jerry Howard, NewsWatch 12. Tim, Haley.
Thank you. While our Coats for Kids campaign is already wrapped up, NewsWatch 12 right now is partnering with Ray's Food Place to stuff the truck again this holiday season. We have until Christmas Eve to fill an entire semi-truck with 5,500 bags of groceries to donate to families in need in our region, but we need your help to do it. All you have to do is visit any local Ray's Food Place and buy a prepackaged bag of groceries. Then we'll take care of the rest for you. Or if you'd like to donate online, you can do so at kdrv.com.